live in an era where soft synths like Serum give us infinite possibilities. But back in the day, old school synths had limited parameters, unlike what we have in modern synths today. So to understand how old school producers such as Doc Scott create that Hoover-esque Reese bass found in tracks like Unofficial Ghost, we have to go back to the source. First, I'm going to recreate the sound using a vintage Prophet 5 emulator to show you exactly how it was done with those original limitations. Then we'll take those 5 fundamental concepts and translate them into Serum 2. We'll look at how pulse width modulation, unison mode, and specific filter cutoffs can bridge that gap between vintage warmth and modern power. Let's get into the synthesis. To create that old school Hoover-esque-Reese sound found in tracks like Unofficial Ghost, there's 3 concepts you have to understand in terms of analog synthesis. The first concept is the frequency or pitch of your oscillator/waveform. The second concept is pulse width modulation. And the third concept is unison mode. The pitch of the waveform is self-explanatory, so let's talk about pulse width modulation. Essentially, pulse width modulation is changing the size of the positive and negative polarity of the waveform. So with the square wave waveform, one side of the polarity gets smaller while the other side gets longer. And you'll notice the sound will get more nasal and thin as you increase the pulse width modulation. So first we're going to recreate the sound using an old school synth emulator to keep it authentic and so you can learn the basics of old school and analog synthesis. And then we'll take these concepts to Serum 2. We're using the Arteria Prophet 5, which is a classic synth, I believe, from either the 80s or 90s. And there's 2 oscillators here. We're going to first use oscillator 1 and we're going to enable the square wave. And then we're going to click Advanced, and in the modulation, we'll modulate the pulse width of both oscillator 1 and 2. Don't worry, we haven't turned on oscillator 2 yet. Notice what happens. Try with different rates. But for that old school kind of Hoover-y sounding Reese, you want a faster LFO rate. And we're going to set the amplitude just to around here, just to get some movement in that sound. And then we're going to turn on unison mode down here. And we just have 2 voices of unison mode, keeping it nice and old school. And we're going to increase the detune. Now let's enable oscillator 2, and it'll also be a square wave. I'll just disable oscillator 1 so you can hear oscillator 2. And increase the frequency or the pitch of oscillator 2 by 12 semitones, so it's playing 1 octave above. So that's oscillator 2, and I'm changing the mix here under the mixer. Let's bring back oscillator 1. And we're going to bring in oscillator 2 around 6. Alright, that Hoover-y sound is coming together. The sound and the Reese in Unofficial Ghost is a bit more dialed back. So in the filter section, we can reduce some of the high frequencies. Play it by ear. I was playing with this, and anywhere from 1600 to 3000 is good. We're going to be adding some more effects to bring this out later. You may want to increase the resonance. That just makes it sound a little bit juicier. And in the effects section, we're going to introduce a bit of distortion. Now there's this parametric EQ where I had a low shelf boosting the bottoms, as well as boosting some of the mids here. And to get some more stereo width and thickness, we employ a chorus. This one we have a Juno 6 chorus emulator. So that sounds wider. Now that sounded close, but I found that I needed to employ some EQing to make it sound sweeter. So I did a lot of sculpting here, removing a lot of the box frequencies at 342 Hertz and then increasing some mids at 770, even 1500. I even have, I believe I have a high or low shelf here to bring down everything. Now the signal was starting to distort due to all those mids I boosted, so I employed a multi-band compressor, and then I'm just controlling the mid area here. And that's pretty much the sound. So let's hear it with the beat. Now I recreated the entire beat in Unofficial Ghost. If you haven't seen the video where I've done this, I did a video on the top 10 𝗙𝗏 jungle patterns in jungle history. You can check that video up here. Just to show you, here are the drums. So let's hear it with the Reese we just made. All right, one more trick. If you want that old school Hoover sound found in classic tracks such as Dominator and even the 𝗙𝗘𝗘𝗘 track by 𝗙𝗢𝗢𝗀𝗀𝗀, you gotta introduce some pitch modulation. Easiest way to do that in the Prophet 5 emulator is to use the envelope mode on the second panel here. Change the rate to a half note, and the destination will be the frequency of oscillator 1 and 2, which we now know is the pitch, and adjust to taste, but I'm gonna choose around 0.05. So you get that kind of a pitch bend. Now the shape of your envelope is important too. I like a straight shape like this. Now let's open up the filter cutoff because the Hoover sound has a little more high frequencies. And that sounds a lot more like the Hoover in the Dominator track. Another way to achieve that old school pitch bending sound is using the pitch wheel. Now I've set the pitch wheel to change plus and minus 12 semitones. I love that squelchy sound the old school Hoover has. Finally, once you understand all the concepts here, expand on the settings. We already talked about changing the filter cutoff, but why don't we play with different voicings of the unison mode? Try increasing the unison mode. Try changing the unison detune. Even experiment with the pulse width modulation amount. The possibilities are infinite once you understand the fundamentals. Now comment if you know this. Tasty. By the way, if you enjoyed this video and you want to support the channel, you can check out my Jungleism Serum 2 preset pack, which contains massive jungle breaks chopped up in Serum 2, mapped to various effects, and with MIDI patterns so you can create jungle on the fly. Watch this as I play an 𝗙𝗏 break over some bass. So super fun, and you can just hit the random notes and you can create new patterns just like that. The macros are fun, so you can manipulate the 𝗙𝗏. Here's another preset from the pack inspired by Paradox's Love Her, chopping up two breaks, one in oscillator A and B. Here's another one inspired by Jungle Jungle by Total Science. And just to show you, all four layers are presets from the pack, manipulating the samples in Serum 2. super fun. It also comes packed with a bunch of bass sounds and synth and leads, so you can make a complete jungle track just from the pack. Here's a familiar old school stab. And you can use the macros to change it up. And if you need more bass sounds, you can check out my gnarly Volume 2 Serum preset pack, which contains tons of nasty bass sounds for drum and bass and jungle. Also, if you're looking for more old school jungle breaks, check out the OG Jungle sample pack. Amazing pack for proper jungle. You can learn more about gnarly Volume 2, OG Jungle, and my Jungle Serum 2 preset pack down in the links below. All right, that sounded good. So now you know the basics. Let's bring it into Serum 2 and see if we can modernize and clean up the sound. All right, opening up Serum 2. First load a square wave into oscillator A. Then load another square wave in oscillator B, except this one will be an octave higher, turning off oscillator A. That's B. And together, we just want oscillator B to be a bit lower. Adjust to taste. And then we're going to choose Pulse Width Modulation under Alt Warp for both oscillators. We're going to change the pulse width to about 75%. Using LFO5, we have a rate around 2.8 hertz. This is modulating the pulse width of both oscillator A and B. About 6% on each. Just for grit, we're going to add some noise. There's this J106 high pass noise. Just add some analog grit to the sound. For this, since we have more control, I'm going to high pass this sound and remove some of the bottom frequency. I also increase some of the drive and fatness of this sound. And then increasing unison mode for both of these guys to 2 voices and then detune it. I find by a 0.12 sounds good. Just add some width to that sound. All right, into the effects section, we distorted the sound with the tube oscillator. There's a phaser. Now notice the mix of the distortion and the phaser is around 60% and 70% respectively. The chorus is just a little bit at 10%. Just to add some width. Now we're going to play that low pass filter just like we did with the Prophet at around 1096 hertz for this one. And we're increasing the drive. That just says more warmth, bit of delay here and reverb. And then I added multi-band compression here to really squeeze the sound. But notice the mix is only at 10%. And then we have some equalizer to boost the mids here. I believe I'm boosting around the 2000 or 2172 and then 3200. So it has a bit more mid weight. Another EQ to boost some more mids around the 1400 area. Hyper dimension for some width. And again, this is only at 10%. Another filter. And this time I'm using a phaser filter. I find these phaser filters are really nice at making things sound nasal. You can play around with the cutoff frequency of that phaser. And then another EQ, and this was doing another high pass at 275. So that removes more bottom end. And then I just added a sub oscillator for subs. Oh, just one more thing. I added an additional EQ to the Serum version of the Reese. A bunch of frequencies are boosted around the mid area at 600 and 960 hertz, and some ducking around the 2700 and 9K hertz, and then a dip around the box frequencies around 355 hertz, off and on. All right, that sounded good. Let's compare the two. Comment, let me know which one sounds better. By the way, if you simply want to use my preset, you can download it down in the links below. But once you have the sound down, it's important to use it in your own tracks with your own take on it. So let's use the sound in a more modern drum and bass context. I just built this intro here with a bunch of loops, as well as cutting up some other bass sounds in between the Reese, and this is what we got. Oh yeah, with some moody, angry drum and bass. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me recreate that Reese in Unofficial Ghost. Remember the fundamental concepts of synthesis here, from the frequency of the waveform to pulse width modulation, unison mode, filtering, and effects. Once you master these basic principles, you can build upon them to create more complex sounds. My name is 𝗙𝗙𝗘𝗘, music producer of over 25 years with releases on Metalheadz, Hospital Records, and Critical Music. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. If you want to support this channel directly, check out deviantaudio.com for sample packs, preset packs, and Ableton kits to help you along your journey. To see more videos about drum and bass sound design, check this playlist up here. And to learn how to arrange drum and bass, check this playlist up here. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay creative and peace out.